What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Big Blue in the Bronx YouTube channel video. Please like, comment, subscribe, do all the good stuff. Turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops through your jobs. Appreciate y'all coming back. Also, join and become a member. We got exclusive perks for you. Right now we have 6 members. Obviously, some went away because of the 1 month gift that some of our other member people gave away, and that's only once again for a month. So please join up. We're working on some new things constantly, especially with, school being out for me. But also as well, this is the first video I've done in probably next to 2 months, I would say. Last time was on the tip of free agency, and the last few things have been live streams and also YouTube Shorts. So this is actually going to be a breakdown video that's probably going to be, I don't know, between 15 and 20 minutes long. My estimate, I don't know how long it's going to go. But today we're going to talk about the New York Giants 2023 schedule. And with that being said, let's get rid of that elephant in the room. This is the hardest schedule I think I've seen in my Giants fandom career. And that's really started since 2011. Actually, no, probably 2015, 2016, but I've been a Giants fan. I like the Giants since I was younger, but I didn't actually immerse watching football, I should say, until like 2015, 2016. But anyway, this is one of the hardest schedules, if not the hardest schedule in the NFL. Now, you could sit here and say, okay, the strength of schedule, this, and this, yet, whatever, right? The Eagles, obviously, I think they have the second hardest, and whoever has the first hardest. But at the same time, the Giants have 7 road games in their first 10. That's not easy. That's not easy at all. And, it's not some of these games where it's just, oh, okay, you just make one trip out west and you come back. No, sometimes they stay out west or, stay in the east or have to travel from place to place, north to south, whatever. We'll go into it, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is a very, very tough schedule, and it's going to be interesting to see during the season how the Giants obviously battle through with it. Do they take on the adversity? Does Brian Daboll use this as bulletin board material? A lot of people are conforming ideas that maybe the NFL, and this is just not my opinion, I'm just referencing what people are saying, that Roger Goodell kind of did this on purpose in the NFL too, because John Mara went out and criticized the possible flexing of Thursday Night Football, which, to be honest with you, I don't necessarily disagree with John Mara. But with that being said, let's move forward into the schedule evaluation. So I got the first 12 weeks here up on the screen. We got Dallas, week 1, Sunday Night Football. I think the last time the New York Giants hosted Dallas on Sunday Night Football was 2012. They lost that game. I believe Tony Romo and Eli were still the quarterbacks. But this is tough because, to be honest with you guys, I really don't fear Dallas as much as I did, in the past. We need to beat them, though. And, Dallas can be one way or the other. We usually know, obviously, they're not very good in the playoffs, but they have been very good against us the last few years. We couldn't beat them last year. Obviously, one game, prime time, very close at home, within one score. And then, obviously, in Dallas for Thanksgiving was a complete, utter shit show. So, with that being said, it's tough, man. I'm going to go ahead and say the New York Giants take the L on Sunday Night Football. I don't want to say that. And listen, I think we could beat Dallas. I really hope that I'm wrong. Obviously, also as well, something to look forward to is we'll be updating our predictions probably as we go, either monthly or all these different things, whatnot, because I know Monday we'll be doing a schedule breakdown for the Giants as well as the Jets and some other things as well. But anyway, moving forward, 4:05 game in Arizona. We don't know what their quarterback situation is going to be like. Could be Colt McCoy. Could be Kyler Murray. Whoever their third string is. It could be them. And you could say that for a lot of different teams because a lot of injuries could happen. But at the same time, Arizona literally has a ton of question marks. Not just the quarterback, but their entire roster. I believe they have one of the worst rosters in the league. I forget to, imagine what their draft looked like, but Jonathan Gannon, first-year head coach after Kingsbury, I just don't see it as a great season for the Arizona Cardinals. Probably a little bit of a reconstruction. We'll see if DeAndre Hopkins stays. But I have the New York Giants taking the victory September 17th, 4:05 victory against the Arizona Cardinals out west. This next one is tough, and you guys can call me biased, hint, hint, to what my prediction for this one is going to be. And this is, again, staying on the West Coast. You got a short week out west. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, short week. You don't know what the quarterback situation is also looking like there because it could be Sam Darnold starting. It could be Trey Lance starting. It could be Brock Purdy fully healthy. And to be completely fair, there's a lot of question marks, and the 49ers are a really good team. I'm not going to sit here and say that they're not. But I'm more scared of Brock Purdy than I am for, say, Sam Darnold, Trey Lance. I think anyone, would agree with me. But also that defense, man. I mean, Javon Hargrave was a very good signing for up the middle. And I got to see what the rest of the roster looks like. But for right now, I'm going to say that the Giants actually take this victory. Call me biased, but I think the Giants can at least limit them on offense. And I think we could get, on our own offense, we could probably get at least enough points to win the game. My opinion. But you got to lose some, you got to win some. And I have the Giants losing on Monday Night Football to Seattle at home. And I get it. Maybe some people think that Geno Smith is not going to be the same. What is it? He got paid $35 million annually, whatever. I just don't see this as a good game for the Giants. I think it's an either or, to be honest with you. I think they either win San Francisco or they win against Seattle. And that's actually a good break for the New York Giants because it goes from Thursday night to Monday night. And the Giants actually have that twice in the schedule. Actually, no, they have a bye week and then they have Green Bay, but we'll get to that later. So the Giants actually have a legitimate break Thursday to Monday. I think that's 10 days, something like that. So I think they win either or, but in these set of predictions, I'm going to take the Giants losing against Seattle. It's not going to get any easier here. I think the New York Giants are going to lose in Miami. I brought this up on the G Nation Inside Sports channel when we were doing our predictions. I would have gone to Miami had it been in December because December, late December is usually when I go to Florida, early January, but obviously that's not happening. Sunday, October 8th. I think the New York Giants are going to lose to Miami. I think we stack up in some ways. I think other ways we don't. But, Mike McDaniel, as long as Tua is on the field, he's a good head coach. He knows how to spur up that offense with Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, all the other guys they got there. So I'm going to say the New York Giants take the L there. This one was surprising. Sunday Night Football against the Buffalo Bills. Now, obviously, Josh Allen and Daniel Jones, the comps have been thrown there probably the last 3 years. Also, as well, the Dable and Shane connection to Buffalo. That's going to be emotional for them. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and say the Giants lose that one because that's going to be very tough. I mean, Buffalo is very cold. I know MetLife is cold, but Buffalo is very cold. That's October the 15th. So October, obviously, and again, it's just a colder climate up there. I don't think the Giants are going to do that well. Obviously, they would need Saquon Barkley heavily that game because, cold weather. And I don't know if you really want to throw the ball that much. But at this point in the season, I have the Giants so far looks to be 2-4. But don't fear, right? So the next week, Washington with Sam Howell as their starter. Well, I have the Giants taking a win. 1 o'clock game. Coming back to their own territory for the next 2 weeks, the week before Halloween and all that sort of stuff. I'm going to sit here and say the Giants win against Washington. Now, this one is tough. So the Giants are 3-4 at this point in the schedule. I think there's a lot of ways this game can go, and tickets are damn expensive for this game as not really anyone is surprised. New York Jets, New York Giants. The Giants have not hosted the New York Jets in about 8 years. Obviously, they play every single preseason. I went last year to the Snoopy Bowl in the preseason. Obviously, they lost. But anyway, this is a heads or tails game because, to be honest with you, I don't think Robert Saleh is that good of a coach. Now, you add in Aaron Rodgers and his best buddy, Nathaniel Hackett, and 2 of his wide receivers in Randall Cobb and Alan Lazard. Well, you have to think about it a little bit, right? So the Giants have to be absolutely on top of their game. Because after this, you don't get a home game for close to 4 weeks. You get 3 straight road games. So for right now, I'm going to pick the Giants because I think Dable is just that much better of a coach than Saleh. And I feel like we can manipulate them in some sort of ways. It's going to come down to the wire, and it's going to make all of us piss our pants. Week 9, Las Vegas. This is an organization that befuddles me, really. Obviously, they signed Jimmy Garoppolo to a 3-year contract, and they still have Devontae Adams there. And I get it, it's a road game, so normally the Giants would not be favored. I'm going to take them to win. All right, call me biased. Again, I'm going to take them to win in Las Vegas. I just don't think that they're that good of a team. Be honest with you. I don't think Josh McDaniels is a good coach. And it'd be a revenge game, too, because Patrick Graham would be facing up against his former team in the New York Giants. Then we move on to Week 10 in Dallas. I have the Giants taking the L, so that means a season sweep by Dallas. 3 straight road games is murder. It's just not fit, in my opinion, very early for the New York Giants to beat Dallas this year. They can. They may. I could be wrong. Dallas is vulnerable, but I just don't think it's going to happen with the way the schedule looks. Week 11 at Washington, this is a heads or tails one because, well, maybe new things change under new ownership with Josh Harris. I think, Jay-Z is a part of that whole squad that's kind of owning them now because I know the purchase has been official. So I'm going to go ahead and say that the New York Giants, well, they take the L here. So 1 win on the road, then the next 2 they drop. But never fear, again, before the bye week, the New York Giants win against New England. Obviously, Bill O'Brien is now the offensive coordinator in New England. But I'm just not confident in that team. Mac Jones is the quarterback. Call me a casual, but that just doesn't look appetizing. I think the New York Giants can attack them. I really think they can. And, if the Giants do some things on offense, it's going to be about the offense. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm confident in this defense other than the middle of the field with some of the linebackers we have really to stay healthy. But at the same time, once again, it goes back to the offense. Can Jalen Hyatt produce? Can Darren Waller really, separate himself from the linebackers and the safeties he's going to be matched up against? Can he leave room for Saquon Barkley to be, in one-on-one situations, whether it's obviously lining up on the outside or in the slot, or maybe just taking the attention off of him? You got Wandale coming back. The Giants have some solid depth with wide receivers, but it's just got to come together. And I think at this point in the season, you'll see it come together. I don't know what week they're going to gel, but if they're not gelled by week 12, I'd be a little bit concerned. And, to be fair, can't give Daniel Jones any more excuses. He's got the contract. He's got an upgraded wide receiver core. He looks to have a real center. So, we'll see what happens. Let's move to the post-bye week games, in which we have 5 of them. The New York Giants come off of a bye week on Monday Night Football, so they get an extra day of rest. This one going against the Green Bay Packers, which I kind of thought this was interesting because there's no really correlation. There's no reason for both of these teams to be on primetime facing up against each other. It's Daniel Jones versus Jordan Love. Randall Cobb is gone from there. Alan Lazard is gone from there. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. But the schedule makers will do what the schedule makers will do. Who knows? Maybe I'll go to this game, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, back to the point. I think the New York Giants take this one. They're off a bye week in Green Bay. They might have one of the worst seasons we have seen in a while. Obviously, if Jordan Love does not pick it up. But either way, I think the New York Giants are going to take this game. Moving on to Week 15, because the New Orleans Saints in the Superdome. I think they switched it from Caesars now, or they still have it as Caesars Superdome, whatever. I'm going to have the New York Giants win this game against Derek Carr. I think Dennis Allen has a ceiling as far as his coaching goes. I think New Orleans could be a solid team this year. Derek Carr obviously gives them new hope, new light. But I'm going to have the New York Giants taking this as a road victory. And their last road victory, unfortunately, moved to Christmas. I didn't expect this one. This was the first leak that came out. The New York Giants played the Philadelphia Eagles on Christmas. Hostile atmosphere on Christmas. I have the New York Giants losing this game, unfortunately. It's just not favorable at all. If it was the last week of the season, like last year, I could say, okay, well, maybe. but they're also on the road 2 straight games. Yes, they do come back to the East Coast. Again, just not favorable. Week 17 against the LA Rams. They might be poised to be really mediocre. They could be bad. They could be surprisingly good. I'm going to go ahead and say the New York Giants beat the LA Rams. They have no more Allen Robinson. I thought they had a solid draft, especially late, but I don't think any of that is going to make up for their holes on the roster. I think the New York Giants are just more of a proven team. I think they're a better gelled team than the LA Rams are, and obviously Sean McVay is an absolute genius of a coach. This is on New Year's Eve. I'm going to take the New York Giants with a win, and also move to the next week, January 7th. I think the New York Giants take one final victory. This one going against Philly, which they haven't beaten Philly since 2021, which was at home, and I happened to be at that game. I have them taking the victory. So let's count out the wins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wins. 10 wins as of right now. 10 and 7. Very tough schedule for the New York Giants. We'll see what happens. Obviously, I'm not going to do any preseason predictions because that'd be a little silly. But I would say within the next month, start preparing for the Roster Bubble series videos as we get closer to football season and all that sort of stuff. I'll try to push out more Yankee content. Obviously, as of right now, they are winning. But either way, whether it's positive, whether it's negative, we're going to give you Yankee content a little bit more on this channel because, well, the Knicks are eliminated. We don't have football season for 2 months. It's going to be a tough road ahead. We appreciate you guys. Like, comment, subscribe to all the good stuff. Join up as a member. Turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops or drops. Appreciate you coming back. Peace out, guys. See you later. Stay cool.